Hi, everybody. Today, here where I live, it is snowing. It snowed a little bit the other day, but it didn't stick. Now, today, it's really sticking. And as I look outside there, it's still coming down. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how Lukas, whose tail you can see right there, he has to shake it off as well, how he was really working with me this morning when we went out on a dog walk, because almost 4 years ago, right, bud? Almost 4 years ago, he broke my leg. We were living in Alaska at the time, and we were out hiking, and it was January, and it was, we probably needed to be heading back, which we were, but we were about a mile and a half from the trailhead, and he ran into me at a very high rate of speed, ran into my right leg, and he broke my tibial plateau. And so I ended up having to get a significant, I'd say, amount of hardware in my right leg, which I still possess. I do not trigger metal detectors, though, which is good. But he broke my leg, and it took a long time. And by a long time, I mean, let's see, I was in January, and I didn't take my first step by putting my weight on my leg completely until April in physical therapy. So it took a lot. And there is still a lot of mental aspect when it comes to walking for me. If he decides to run at me really fast, whoo, that freaks me out. And he is still working with me on gaining confidence, and more importantly, symbolically, by standing on my own 2 feet instead of relying on other people's opinion of me, perceptions of me, validation, all that type of stuff. He's working with me on so many different ways. Today, with it snowing, and I've been working really hard this whole year that we've lived where we are right now to feel comfortable walking on uneven terrain and out in the nature preserve. And today with snow, though, it's amazing how much the mental aspect comes right back into play, because I put on my regular good grippy hiking shoes. We had just a little bit at the time when I went out this morning, and I felt pretty good going into it, but boy, I hit that first just tiny little slope, and I thought, oh, I don't know about this. And I started to slow down. And what started to happen, and it happened throughout the entire walk, is he, instead of, because he's a former sprint mushing dog, he does pull, and he has a really long leash so that he can kind of walk where he wants to walk, but he's still on leash, just to, pay attention to the rules here. Anyway, but as we started to go down even slight things, if he felt any slight hesitation, he actually would stop and turn back and look at me, and just, I could hear him say, "It's okay, I got you. It's okay, I got you." And I'd progress. And as the walk continued, there were a couple other surfaces, like there's a little bit of a wooden bridge we have to go over that can get slick. There were a couple other places where like it goes from grass to like real padded down dirt, which can get really slippery. And every time he could feel me just take that little breath, he would stop and he would turn and look at me. The other thing, though, that he was doing, which I thought was really cool, was we would get over a tricky bit of terrain, like for me, and he would stop and sit and look at me, because we've got this whole thing going on where I give him treats in an effort for him not to pull me off my feet because of squirrels or deer or whatever. And he would stop and sit and I'd give him a little treat, and he would sit, and that was his way of celebrating with me that I made it. And so this walk, while it was a little nerve-wracking, bringing up back a bunch of stuff, it actually, in working with him, I didn't have as much fear as I've had in past years. I could feel it coming back, and he was right there with me to help me move through it. So now when we take the walk later today, I will try again. I'm going to wear different shoes because I realized I probably had the wrong shoes on. And I feel like it's just going to slowly get better, as everything does with time. But working with him in the moment and being aware of when he was, "Hey, you've got this. Hey, it's okay. Hey, I'm going to slow down here. Take a breath. You can make this happen." Every time he was right there with me. And this is how, for me, working with him, working with other animals, animal communication has just really strengthened the bond. so that I can let go of this fear of not being able to stand on my right leg. This fear no longer serves me. It's time to let it go. So I just think it's just so amazing how all of this just transpires. And I really wanted to share all this with you because I would love to hear how your animals are working with you. So please leave a comment, tell me your story. And I really, really hope you have a wonderful snowy, if it's snowing where you are, yay. If it doesn't snow where you are, yay. I just hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll see you soon.